In this lesson video, we will cover the XLOOKUP function. This function is probably the third most frequently used function after the sum and average functions. For this lesson, I have prepared a file containing some dummy data. You can download and open the file if you want to follow along. If you have used previous versions of Excel before, you may already be familiar with a function called VLOOKUP and also HLOOKUP. Basically, XLOOKUP is the successor of these two functions. With XLOOKUP, you no longer need to use VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. So, what is exactly this XLOOKUP function? Essentially, we use XLOOKUP to look for data that are equivalent to or parallel to the data we are pointing to. For more details, let's just look at the following example. On the left, we have the main table which stores all the product data. In the first column, we have the ID. This ID is a unique code that belongs to each product. What unique means is that different products should have different ID numbers. Then, in the next column, we have the product's name. And in the next column, we have the name of the company that manufactures the product or the company that supplies it. And finally, we have the price list. For this example, I created only 55 rows of data. But just imagine if we have hundreds or even thousands of data in this product table. This large amount of product data is very common if you run a large reseller business like Walmart or Carrefour, for example. Now, imagine if you are commissioned to create a table of today's sales report. You already have a list of the products' IDs sold today from the scanner system. The challenge is to find the names of the products according to the ID codes that have been provided. Of course, if you have a large table with thousands of rows of data, you don't want to do this manually. For this, you can use the XLOOKUP function instead. To use this function, click on the cell where you want the product's name to appear. Then type in the equal symbol. Next, type in XL. We can see that Excel displays the auto-suggestion list and already has the XLOOKUP function in that list. Since there is only one item on this list, we don't need to press the arrow keys. Just press Tab. We can see Excel is displaying the hint for using this XLOOKUP function. Unlike sum and average, XLOOKUP requires a minimum of 3 parameters for it to work. First, it needs input for the lookup value. Then it needs input for the lookup array. And finally, it needs input for the return array. Now, for the next following parameters, these are all optional. We can tell if a parameter is optional by looking at the bracket symbols that surround it. So again, these 3 parameters are mandatory, whereas those inside the brackets are all optional. So now we need to enter the lookup value. What lookup value means is the value that Excel will look for. In this case, the product's ID value. So just click on this cell on the left side. Then, to input the next parameter, we must first separate it with a comma. Now we have to enter the lookup array. What lookup array means is a list of data that will be matched. Essentially, we have to enter a cell range code. We can't just click drag like this. However, that will not be a good idea if you have thousands of rows of data. It will take a very long time to use the click drag method. Now, if you know that this column is only used for the product's ID, we can just click on the column's letter. The entire A column is now selected. And we can see how to write a cell reference for an entire column is to write the column letter, then the column symbol, then the same column letter again. After you are done, you can continue to input the next parameter by typing the comma again. Next, we need to input the return array. What return array means are the cells containing the data that we want to display as a result. In this case, we want to find the name of the product. So click the entire column B. We can see similar column cell reference code as before, B: B. After this, we don't need to type the closing parenthesis. Just press enter, and Excel will automatically write the parentheses for us. We now have the results that we want. We can check in the main table whether the data is valid. And yes, the data is valid. The product's ID 162 is indeed for a product called Debbie's Cheese. So we have successfully created the XLOOKUP function for a single row. But what about the other rows? Don't worry, we can use the autofill feature for this. Just click drag this small square downward like this, and it is done. We have created this small table quickly with the help of the XLOOKUP function and also the autofill feature.